All right, let's talk about NAS 100 first. NAS 100, um, pretty. Actually, it wasn't really too bad because, ironically, let me just rewind it just so it's a little bit easier just for you to see it. Really wasn't too bad. I kind of, at first, I did think we could hold resistance here. I think zero. That's what you were looking at, right? But you have to look to the left, bro. If we look to the left over here, it says we came down here, bounced up here, and came down. We did retest it, and then we just had a nasty flush. So either you would have said that we were somewhere on top here at the 23,617.22, or we would have basically been down here at the 23, basically where I put my blue mark, my blue line, 23,563. Looking over to the right, I do want to zoom in a little bit. Clearly, these two candles retested it before she just dumped. Over here, it kind of seemed clear to me. You have to always read the market, dude. So, heavy flush, pump up, heavy flush, pump up. But it's small pump ups, right? So, heavy flush, pump up. I mean, really good example pre market here. Heavy flush, small pump up, heavy flush, small pump up. It's going to be a heavy flush and then small pump up. Now, ideally, I realistically wanted to take a sell over here, had US30. I don't know, I kind of was a little bit scared of US30 this morning, but NAS was looking a little bit more promising. The only thing is, I just really, really wanted to see pre-market that she got in and started pushing, basically, because it's right there, just a point above my support line. That's exactly what she did. She did hold it for like 2 minutes, and then I remember when I got in, I was good in profits, and then she retested, and then she immediately gave the nice push up, and then she just started coming back down. So that was and she was holding just sorry, she was holding this basically what was once a support. So crazy enough, actually, I was I did make a little rookie mistake. I was still I meant to take a buy over here for NAS. I mean for US30, and I did. It's just I was looking at this charts. I was still looking at NAS 100 while I took a buy on US30. So she did push up. I believe she did push up a little bit. And then when I saw that red candle, when I saw that wick basically coming back down, that's when I was like, okay, shoot, I'm just gonna get out. But I did not know in US30 she made, man, US30. I think she came a lot higher. Probably could have made a lot more points had I not made that little rookie mistake. But either way, clear enough, you could tell that we wanted to try to hold this as support. I mean, what was support here, now resistance. I think that's where she kind of wanted. Oh, never mind. Actually, no, completely wrong. So, market opening, that was good. Market opening was, I mean, honestly, this setup was not so bad. If we look at US30, though, if we look at US30, so this one, same concept. Came down, small push up, came down, small push up, came down, small push up, came down. It kind of seems like we're curling away back down, right? So I wanted to see basically a retest here to. At first, I thought we could, just like yesterday, I thought we could come back down to a 912. It kind of seemed like we were holding support right here, basically at the 944, and we were just holding. I mean, we were just gonna go to the 4630 zone, and I was like, if we could get a small rejection off of 4630, I'll take it. And then I was like, you know what? I don't know. I'm gonna have to kind of come back to US30 and just reanalyze her once I've like cooled down and calmed down. Just because I also thought, um, honestly, I kind of was just a little confused with US30. I kind of felt like looking to the left again, not a very different setup than NAS, but I felt like that was literally just whole support. Like that whole thing was just holding support. If we could come back in the zone, I was like, she could hold it well. Let me look at my MT4. Let me see what positions I took. I took yeah, I just took 2 buys. So I didn't even take the sell here on this account. My work account, I took 3 trades. A buy pre-market. That buy was on both accounts. This then as soon as we came up, I was kind of scared though, so I significantly de-risked on my work account, and this was the only sell that I took on my work account. I didn't take this next one on my small account just because I really wanted to see this. Basically, I thought we could get a retest here for a final push back up. Um, I only took a sell. It kind of was like an instinct thing. Yes, this is clear resistance. You could see it. I'm not bullshitting anybody over here. We came down, wicked it, came back up, retested, flush, came back up. When you finally broke it, you had 2 wicks that basically said, okay, we retested, now we pushed, came back up, bounced, came back up, broke it. Now we're just doing this, right? So it kind of made sense if we could do that, but at the same time, I didn't know whether we would have more bulls and break the 4630 or if we would have more bears to hold down and break it below the 45,912.86 zone. So that's honestly what I was kind of contemplating with US30. I feel like it's genuinely vital to understand whether we're gonna have more bears or we're gonna have more bulls. You really have to kind of think about what's gonna be overwhelming that could dictate the majority of the session's sentiment. So, with that being said, especially with US30, if you understand that, you can basically take few trades. I mean, US30 is really, really good with support and resistance, seemingly. So, I took a buy, just to go over again. I took a buy over here in both counts. Took a sell. It was a pretty late sell. It was like already halfway down. Took a sell over there. Just wanted to get basically where I had entered off my first trade for a buy. So buy first, second sell. It was 6:30. I think it was like half a minute, something like that. 6:30, 32. That was a good sell. It just took it was kind of like holding price action right there. So since I got into sell, I was already like 15 points in drawdown, which kind of gave me a jump scare, not gonna lie. And then next thing you know, she had just tanked, right? So what was weird, she was basically holding the purple zone, so that's where I took a buy. She did come back up a little bit. I wanted to see it. I was kind of convinced at that point she could easily just come back in here just to push back up. That's what really, really gave me a lot of confidence. That's when I took my last buy. My last buy, though, a late entry. And I honestly didn't even trail my stop loss. I just closed the trade as soon as I saw 30, I think it was 32 points, 35 points in profit. That's I didn't really push the biggest contract or the heaviest lot size on my work account either, but I mean it was pretty satisfactory with those profits on my work account. Over here on this small account, I was pretty happy. I mean, I gave it enough space. It was like a 2.5 minute trade where I wanted to see it push up, but if we just go on a smaller time frame, just so you guys can see it, um, it was pretty choppy, right? So I entered basically just few points above the body of this red candle. It was probably somewhere below this, just dotted line, and she did come down a little bit, and then she immediately pushed up. I did take profit on this trade, and I just really wanted to see her push back up. Then the next candle, she came back down. So, sure, in hindsight, I knew it too. I was like, I could take few entries. Usually US30, she wicks support and resistance, and that's kind of what's scary because you have to be in and out. If you're not adjusting your stop loss, you can easily get 40, 50, 70 points back in drawdown. So that's just the biggest lesson I've learned with US30 for the past few months, but especially trading it, you get a lot of hands-on experience and nothing can beat that, right? So any questions? Next thing you know, she actually held the support so well, she finally broke it. But I think that was also because of news. So Any any questions? It's sorry guys. Um Honestly with Nas, I'm kind of surprised you even held true to this resistance. I think Nas is, in comparison to US30, I think the setups are better on Nas. I think actually it should be the other way around. Everybody always tells me US30 has better setups, but the price action of Nas is better. I think the setups of Nas is better, but the price action can be a lot better on US30. So, yo, what's up? Um, I think no, no, no. I think Nas actually looked better, bro. I think Nas looked better. I really did. I still do actually, but either way, they both kind of did the same thing. Did Nas start bleeding off? No, Nas was very bullish. So both very bullish. I don't really know what to expect for tomorrow. I don't even know if I'm gonna be trading tomorrow. I'm kind of looking at the news right now too. It kind of we're already having those weekly reports, so it kind of seems like not a lot of people are gonna be trading tomorrow. I still have work tomorrow, no matter what. It's not a bank holiday. It's it's not a bank holiday. But I mean, I still have to report to work. But there's just absolutely there's days where we can like take like breaks, if you will. Tomorrow's one of them, meaning that if we have no trades, it's okay. But we still have to report to work. So I don't know. I might just take advantage just to show up and whatnot. For me, it's just on computer, anyways. You know. I don't know. So I'll just see if I like the setup, then I'll pop in it. Probably will significantly de-risk if anything. Not really super worried about tomorrow because what the count is already at. If did I post it in here? What is it? Day traders 103. Oh, I did. So today I made that much profit. Again, just two trades. My work account, I did take another sell between these two. Uh, really, really not super happy with today, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just have to adjust and just take whatever it gives you, you know? So, really happy this is the current balance as of right now. Any 94. 94, but it kind of hit its, it kind of, yeah, like 3.5 weeks ago, but it kind of, just being honest, and I'm probably gonna get clowned for it. Last Friday, after last Friday, three trades straight up just blew that count down to $63. Yeah, it was like 62.89. So yeah, luckily, I mean, I took almost like 10 trades last Friday, so it took like 6, 7, and not no joke, no pun intended, six 6 trades, to actually get the comeback to prepare a Monday. So Monday, I walked in with I think it was $189 in profit. So I made 122 back on Friday, which was a lot more bearable than basically seeing, down to $62, you know? But then Monday I made, dude, $180 of a count of a capital. You could still take two lots. I mean, $2 per point, right? On this brokerage, two lots. You could still max out with two lots on US30, and I still made, I think, $94. That was Monday. Tuesday came in with $311, right? I think actually showed it in here. So no, I didn't. Tuesday I made $208. Yesterday I made 97.68. Honestly, really surprised here. I'm not gonna lie. And I've never really traded US30 to this caliber that I have. So it's all new. From Monday I've been green, so currently what I don't know. Green streak. Um Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday so far. I'm on a green streak. Yeah, with US30, very new. Um, I mean, I don't know how much more transparent I could get here, to be honest. Everything with US30 is it's a surprise for me. It's a ride and a surprise. I've just never been down this territory with US30, being brutally honest. So, as much as I want to be like, I want to be happy, I want to be cheering and everything, I just don't really know if it's going to be short lived. But I am enjoying it right now, mostly because it's benefiting me. And secondly, it just seems, US30 seems a little bit more expected than NAS. Um, so that's what I like so far. But I've been looking at US30 for a few months. I've just been very inconsistent with looking at it, and I've never really been trading it. So, um, we'll just see, man. We'll just see. Like twice, three times, and best. I think it's not even about that. I think if I were short on capital, if I had like 40, 50, $60, if I wanted to start an account flip a lot less money, then I think S&P 500 would be good. But it's like a baby version of NAS. It moves very similar to NAS, just minus the manipulation and minus the liquidity spikes. Uh, People typically do well on S&P just because there's not a lot of volume, but that's also what makes S&P 500 like a great long-term retirement investment, just because there's not a lot of volume and it's always going to be doing really well in the long term. So I don't know. I don't really, to be brutally honest, it goes like this in order. The first on top is US30 because it's volume, it's volatility. Second, right in the middle would be NAS. Third, the worst indice, the worst US indice, I should say, would be S&P 500. It's a slow turn, bro. It's like a snail. But but it that doesn't mean it's bad, even though I'm saying it like that. I know what TJR, a lot of those popular traders that you actually see, they're trading like 100 lots, dude. They're trading like 100. They're trading like two, three, $400 per point on SP 500, and it's so easy to see it move like 10, 15 points, and they just call it a day. There's nothing wrong with that at all. That's in fact at one point that's how I was trading for probably 3 years straight, to be honest. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. 100%. So, is that it, guys? All good. Alrighty, bros. Yeah, of course. I just have some work to do since I just made it back home, my apartment. So I'm just gonna call it over here, right? And please, since there are what four of you guys over here, if you guys can just like this video once I post a link, I would really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. See ya. Peace.